So we'll do this as a call and response. Om Asato Ma Sadgamaya. Om Asato Ma Sadgamaya. Tamaso Ma Jyotirgamaya. Tamaso Ma Jyotirgamaya. Mrityo Ma Amritam Gamaya. Mrityo Ma Amritam Gamaya. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Om Asato Ma Sadgamaya. Tamaso Ma Jyotirgamaya. Mrityo Ma Amritam Gamaya. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Your turn. Om Asato Ma Sadgamaya. Tamaso Ma Jyotirgamaya. Mrityo Ma Amritam Gamaya. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Together. Om Asato Ma Sadgamaya. Tamaso Ma Jyotirgamaya. Mrityo Ma Amritam Gamaya. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Good. Now, let's start on page 42. And we'll chant from the Yoga Sutras of Patanjali. What is it that keeps us from finding Sat, truth? The kleshas. So we'll do this as a call and response. Avidya, avidya, asmita, asmita, raga, raga, devasya, devasya, abhidibhesha, abhidibhesha, klesha, klesha. So you see those dashes in between the words? They're not supposed to be there. It's to help you see each word. But also when two vowels come together, like in avidya, asmita, the second A becomes silent. So it's avidya smita and devasya abhidibhesha. Or I'm sorry, devasya abhidibhesha. So it'd be avidya smita raga devasya abhidibhesha klesha. Avidya smita raga devasya abhidibhesha klesha. One time together. Avidya smita raga devasya abhidibhesha klesha. So I like when when we talk about these things to kind of give you a little bit of a timeline and reference point. So, Upanishads are really the moment coming out of the Vedic period, which is the earliest period of yoga, where things are still very cryptic and secretive. In other words, you need to have the right connections to get this information. Most of us are like average people are just standing around watching things happening and we're not really involved. But then Upanishad period is really where people like us, just regular people, start asking questions like, why are we saying these things? Why are we doing these things? And the Upanishads are trying to explain the Vedas, right? They're trying to explain it to the average person, it's still complicated. Like, it's still really esoteric. The Upanishads are still esoteric. It goes on to, if you think about the whole timeline of yoga, when you get into the storytelling of yoga, what we call Puranas, but we in the West call mythology. It's not mythology. The Puranic period is a later period that's really still trying to explain the Vedas. It's just constantly being simplified. Like, it keeps trickling down from like this very highly intellectual, esoteric language of the Vedas into Upanishads, where we're explaining a bit more. Then you have classical yoga of Patanjali, still people don't understand. Then it gets into this storytelling of like, the fish said this and the duck said that. And it's like Aesop fables. I'm trying to teach you a lesson, but we've simplified it. So Upanishads is trying to explain this idea of when this mantra that we chanted, of what we tend to identify with. Om, lead us from changing reality, nature, prakriti. Think of it like the seasons. The seasons are going to change no matter what. There's going to be winter, summer, fall, spring, right? And we identify with that, right? To the unchanging reality of Sat, or truth, which is a spiritual truth that's within you that never changes. The soul doesn't change. Like, that's why I said we're always kind of going back to what we talked about the month before. Last month when we talked about reincarnation, the body changes. The body's like the seasons. I drop this body, I get a new vehicle next life. Maybe I'll come back as a woman. Maybe I'll come back as somebody who's African. Maybe I'll come back as maybe I'll come back as an ant. You never know. But the soul doesn't change. Soul stays the same, right? So Sat is that unchanging reality that's within you that we're always trying to tap into in yoga. Lead us from spiritual darkness to spiritual light. Lead us from identification with the finite body to identification with the eternal soul. There you have it. Okay, still, people are like, what's the soul? Well, I'll have to tell you, like in a story, like the duck, and that's why we go to Puranas. But then Patanjali, Patanjali's a little bit different because he's still a spiritual text, but he is a Shastra all of a sudden. Like, the Upanishads are really like reading something that's poetic, right? But Patanjali is like, well, I'm going to try to bring it to you differently. I'm going to make it where we're going to do it like it's like, if you do A, B, C, and D, you get yoga. It's a directions. So he says, listen, there are these 5 things that keep you from obtaining this understanding of the true nature of yourself. And they are the kleshas. And you all have them. Everybody has them. Everybody gets them. Doesn't matter if you're born a prince or you're born like a beggar. You get them. Guess what? You all have them. So he says, avidya, misidentification. I'm identifying with the body, right? I'm identifying with the body. Then asmita, there's an ego attachment. Once I identify with that body, right? I like that body. It's my body, right? Then raga, attachment to pleasure, because the body likes to be pleased. It doesn't like to be you stub your toe, right? Then devasya, it hates everything that makes it uncomfortable. And then finally, abhidabhesha, the fear of death, that the person who is attached to these misidentification, they don't want to let go of it. They don't want to let go of the attachment. And so he says, those are those 5 kleshas. But you really have to kind of go deeper into like, why do these kleshas happen? Listen, from the day you're born, your parents groom you to have them. Blame it on your parents. It always starts with whoever the creator is, right? So your parents give you a name. And as soon as they give you a name, there is all kinds of identification with that name. We don't even realize how deep psychologically it is rooted into our psyche, a name. I wrote this article because in 2024, the University of Michigan did a study of school children. And they found that school children that had names that begin with the first 10 alphabets, Anne, Bobby, Catherine, Eric, Franklin, that those students had a higher grade point average than students whose name begin with the alphabet at the end, the Xaviers, the Yolandas. And they asked themselves why. Because they were baffled by this. It was actually like 1.6 point grade different. And what they found is that just throughout history, we've had a preference to names that begin with A, B, C, D, E, and F, and G. And if you kind of think about all of the monarchs of Europe, the ones that always did well were the Annes, the Alfreds, it's always these earlier letters. The ones that didn't do so well are the Williams and the ones that have. So somehow over the thousands of years, we've developed an attachment even to a name that a teacher will give more attention to Anne over Xandra. That Xandra gets ignored, which allows them to create a different advantage in the world with their grades. And we probably like Anne more than we like Xandra. We don't trust Xandra, right? And it's just the name her mother gave her, right? We don't trust her. So when we think about a name, we can become falsely attached to the identification of our names and think that that provides us with some kind of false identity and security that we really don't have. Right? So when we strip away all this stuff in yoga, we're not just stripping away that idea of identifying with culture like we've already reviewed, but it's it even goes to what does it mean for me to become nameless? Because the soul doesn't have a name. It's just energetic. And can I identify with something that actually doesn't even have a name? Because when it doesn't have a name, that is the formless. You are moving into the abstract. What does it mean to become that abstract in your thought process that you can see yourself without a name, right? Interesting concepts to kind of ponder and think about, and especially during meditation. Fold up your chant books, place them to the side. Come into downward facing dog and connect to your Ujjayi pranayama, your upward victorious breath. Let's set a little metronome for the breath today. Inhale 2, 3, 4. Exhale 2, 3, 4. Inhale 2, 3, 4. Exhale, engage Mula Bandha, lift up at the pelvic floor. Keep that lift through the whole sadhana today. That's going to bring lightness to the sadhana. It's also going to just move that energy upward to that state of awareness. Inhale. Exhale 1. Inhale. Exhale 2. Inhale. Exhale 3. Inhale. Exhale 4. Inhale. Exhale 5. If you don't want assist today, raise a leg and down dog split. If you don't want lotions, raise a leg and down dog. Thank you. Inhale. Exhale 7. Inhale. Exhale 8. Inhale. Exhale 9. Inhale. Exhale 10. On the inhale, come forward to a plank. And exhale, the knees, the chest, the chin to the earth. Inhale, slide forward, cobra. Exhale, tuck the toes under, seat back to heels, lift knees up, downward facing dog. Good. Let's do that again. Inhale, come forward to a plank. Exhale, knees, chest, and chin to the earth. Inhale, slide forward, Bhujangasana. Exhale, tuck toes under, seat back to heels, downward facing dog. Inhale. Exhale, soften the knees, slowly walk the feet toward the hands. Keep the feet about hips width distance apart. Hands about 6 to 8 inches in front of the feet, pressing the palms down. Head is heavy, modified Uttanasana. Inhale. Exhale, 1. Inhale. Exhale, 2. Inhale. Exhale, 3. Inhale. Exhale, 4. Inhale. Exhale, 5. Inhale. Exhale, 6. Inhale. Exhale, 7. Inhale. Exhale, 8. Inhale. Exhale, 9. Inhale. Exhale, 10. On the inhale, lift the head and chest. Exhale, bring the hands to the waist, elbows pointing up to the ceiling. On the inhale, pressing the feet, lift up and arch back a little bit. Then exhale, come to upright, shoulders over hips. Lift the arms up alongside the ears, interlace the hands together. Then exhale, side bend over to the left and stay. Inhale. Exhale, 1. Inhale. Exhale, 2. Inhale. Exhale, 3. Inhale. Exhale, 4. Inhale. Exhale, 5. Inhale, lift it upright. Exhale, side bend over to the right. Inhale. Exhale, 1. Inhale. Exhale, 2. Inhale. Exhale, 3. Inhale. Exhale, 4. Inhale. Exhale, 5. Inhale, come upright. And exhale, bring the hands behind the back, clasp the hands together in a fist. And so just bring them behind your back. And so just, like this little shoulder opener. And then lift the arms away from the body. So you don't have to cross, you don't have to cross the wrist. There, you're making it harder than it needs to be. Exhale, 1. I just want you to open up the front of the shoulder a little bit. Exhale, 2. Inhale. Exhale, 3. Inhale. Exhale, 4. Inhale. Exhale, lower the arms, release the hands, and step the feet together to Dasana mountain seat. Take the hands together in undulating mudra. Set a higher intention for the sadhana today. And that idea of knowing the true self, like when we think of that, I always used to see Austin as the true self, right? But as I've continued on my sadhana, I realized that even me projecting Austin onto the self is wrong. That's why it's so hard to get to know the true self. Because you have to ask, who and what is it? And when you can accept that it's just there, that's when you get to know it. Exhale, hands by the side to Dasana mountain seat. With straight legs, inhale, hook the thumbs in front of you. Raise the arms up alongside the ears and arch back. Exhale, bend the knees, fold forward, take arms behind back, clasp hands together in a fist, straighten. Inhale, bend knees, hands down next to feet, step right foot all the way back. Exhale, downward facing dog, lift hips. Inhale, come forward to plank. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, plank. Exhale, knees, chest, and chin. Inhale, slide forward, Bhujangasana. Exhale, tuck toes under, seat back onto heels, downward facing dog. On the inhale, right foot stepping in between hands. Exhale, left foot meets right and folding over legs. Inhale, bend knees, hook thumbs, stand up, straighten the legs and arch back. Exhale, bend knees, take arms behind back, clasp hands together in a fist, straighten arms and legs. Inhale, bend knees, hands down next to feet, left foot all the way back. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, coming forward to plank. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, plank. Exhale, knees, chest, and chin. Inhale, slide forward, cobra. Exhale, tuck toes under, seat to heels, downward dog. On the inhale, left foot stepping forward. Exhale, right foot legs to left and fold over legs. Inhale, bend knees, hook thumbs, stand up, straighten legs and arch back. Exhale, hands by the side to Tadasana, mountain seat. Let's do that again. Inhale, hook thumbs, reach up, arch back. Exhale, bend knees, take arms behind back, clasp hands together in a fist, straighten. Inhale, bend knees, hands down next to feet, right foot stepping all the way back. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, plank. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, plank. Exhale, knees, chest, and chin. Inhale, slide forward, cobra. Exhale, tuck toes under, seat to heels, downward facing dog. On the inhale, right foot stepping forward. Exhale, left foot meets right, fold over legs. Inhale, bend knees, hook thumbs, stand up, straighten legs, arch back. Exhale, bend knees, take arms behind back, clasp hands together in a fist, straighten. Inhale, bend knees, hands down next to feet, left foot all the way back. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, plank. Exhale, chaturanga dandasana. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, plank. Exhale, knees, chest, and chin. Inhale, slide forward, cobra. Exhale, tuck toes under, seat to heels, downward facing dog. On the inhale, left foot forward. Exhale, right foot meeting left, fold over legs. Inhale, bend knees, hook thumbs, stand up, straighten legs, arch back. And exhale, hands by the side to Tadasana, mountain seat. On the inhale, bend the knees, Utkatasana. Exhale, put hands down, then straighten the legs, Uttanasana. Inhale, halfway lift, Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale, step, jump, walk back, chaturanga, your choice. Inhale, upward dog. Exhale, downward dog. On the inhale, right foot forward, left heel turns down, come up, warrior one, one breath. Exhale, hands down to the floor, stepping back, bending the elbows, chaturanga. Inhale, upward dog. Exhale, downward dog. Inhale, left foot forward, right heel down, rise up, warrior one. Exhale, hands down, step back, chaturanga dandasana. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale. Exhale, bend the knees, look beyond the hands. Inhale, step or jump the feet in between the hands. Exhale, fold. Inhale, bend the knees, lift the torso up, Utkatasana. Exhale, come stand up to Tadasana. Let's do that one again. On the inhale, bend the knees, Utkatasana. Exhale, place hands down, extend legs, Uttanasana. Inhale, halfway lift, Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale, step or jump back, Chaturanga Dandasana. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. On the inhale, right foot forward, left heel down, warrior one. Exhale, hands down with control, step back, chaturanga. Inhale, upward dog. Exhale, downward dog. Inhale, left foot forward, right heel down, rise up, warrior one. Exhale, hands down, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog again. Inhale, right foot forward, left heel down, warrior one. Exhale, hands down, step back, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, left foot forward, right heel down, rise up, warrior one. Exhale, hands down, step back, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog, and stay. Inhale. Exhale, one. Inhale. Exhale, two. Inhale. Exhale, three. Inhale. Exhale, four. Inhale. Exhale, bend the knees, look beyond the hands. Inhale, step or jump the feet in between hands. Exhale, fold over legs. Inhale, bend knees, lift torso up. Utkatasana, awkward seat. Exhale, come stand up, Tardasana, mountain seat. On the inhale, bend the left knee into the chest. Give the left knee a little hug with both hands. Yeah, find your balance on your right foot already. Let's start to think about that. Open up the left knee. Put the left foot on the inside of the right thigh or on the right calf. Both are terrific. Then bring the hands together in undulating mudra. And just focus on one spot that's not moving. And just find steadiness. So that's the thing I think that we miss out about the identification with the self or the soul is it's steady. It's always in balance. It's the personality of the ego that's always out of balance. Exhale, 3. Inhale. Exhale, 4. Inhale. Exhale, 5. On the inhale, bring the left knee forward. Give it a good hug with both hands. And then exhale, place the left foot on the floor next to the right, Tadasana. On the inhale, bend the right knee into the chest. Give the right knee a little hug. That helps open up the hip flexor. And then open up the right knee. Put the right foot on the inside of the left thigh. And then find the balance. Bring the hands together in undulating mudra and to stay steady. Inhale. Exhale, 1. Inhale. Exhale, 2. Inhale. Exhale, 3. Inhale. Exhale, 4. Inhale. Exhale, 5. Good, everybody. Inhale, bring the right knee forward. Give the right knee a hug. And then exhale, place the right foot on the floor next to the left. Tardasana, mountain seat. On the inhale, bring the hands together in undulating mudra. Extend the arms up toward the sky. Exhale, fold over the straight legs. Uttanasana. Inhale, halfway lift, Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale, step, jump, float back, Chaturanga Dandasana. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. On the inhale, step right foot forward, turn left heel down, come up, warrior 1, and stay. Exhale, pull the right hip back. Inhale. Exhale, left hip moves forward. Inhale. Exhale, shoulders soften a little bit. Inhale. Exhale, 4. Inhale. Exhale, 5. On the inhale, straighten the right leg. Exhale, open arms and hips up to the left. Inhale, reaching to the right. Pull the left hip back. Right hand down, left arm lifts up. Trikonasana. Exhale, 1. Good. Inhale. Exhale, 2. Inhale. Exhale, 3. Inhale. Exhale, 4. Inhale. Exhale, 5. Now on the inhale, lift all the way up to stand. Exhale, bend the right knee, warrior 2, and stay. So move your right foot just forward a little bit. Exhale, 1. Good. Inhale. Exhale, 2. Inhale. Exhale, 3. I'm about to sneeze. Inhale. Exhale, 4. Sorry. Inhale. Exhale, 5. On the inhale, extend the right leg, 1 breath. Then exhale, rebend the right knee. Inhale, bring the hands down to the floor, stepping back to a plank with control. You don't have to fly into that. Then exhale, bend the elbows, chaturanga. Upward facing dog. Good. Exhale, downward facing dog. Left side. On the inhale, step the left foot forward. Right heel turns down. Come up, Virabhadrasana 1, and stay. Exhale, pull the left hip back. Inhale. Exhale, right hip moves forward. Inhale. Exhale, shoulders are softening. Inhale. Exhale, 4. Inhale. Exhale, 5. On the inhale, straighten the left leg. Exhale, open arms and hips up to the right. Inhale, reach to the left, pulling right hip back, left hand down. Right arm lifts up, Trikonasana triangle. Exhale, 1. Inhale. Exhale, 2. Inhale. Exhale, 3. Inhale. Exhale, 4. Inhale. Exhale, 5. On the inhale, lift all the way up to stand. Then exhale, bend the left knee, warrior 2, and stay. Inhale. Exhale, 1. Inhale. Exhale, 2. Inhale. Exhale, 3. Inhale. Exhale, 4. Inhale. Exhale, 5. On the inhale, extend the left leg, 1 breath. Exhale, rebend the left knee. Inhale, hands down to the floor, step back to a plank with control. Exhale, bend the elbows, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Good. Exhale, downward facing dog. Ooh, that's got on my hair. Hold on. Sorry about that. Go ahead.
So inhale, bring the right foot in between the hands. Exhale, extend the right foot and bring the left foot closer, like 2 railroad track. Your 2 feet are parallel. Inhale, lift the body up to a flat back. Exhale, extend forward. Inhale, exhale 1. Inhale, exhale 2. Inhale, exhale 3. Inhale, exhale 4. Inhale, exhale 5. Inhale, lift the right hand, the right arm up and bring the left hand behind the right foot. Twist to the left.
So from here, everybody put your right hand down. First, bring your left arm in front of your right leg. Put your left hand on the outside of your right foot.
That one first. Okay. And then, so have your left wrist touching the right ankle and twist. Inhale, exhale 1. Inhale, exhale 2. Inhale, exhale 3. Inhale, exhale 4. Inhale, exhale 5. Inhale, come back to the center and frame the front foot. Exhale, bend the left knee to the ground and lift the body up, arms up. Exhale, hands in a prayer and twist to the right. Left elbow pressing on the right knee. Inhale, exhale, extend the left foot, the left leg if stable. Inhale, exhale 2. Inhale, exhale 3. Inhale, exhale 4. Inhale, exhale 5. Inhale, come back to the center and frame the front foot. Exhale, bring the left knee behind the right foot and sit like a curtsy. Half Lord of the Fishes. Inhale, lift the left arm up and twist to the right with the left elbow pressing on the right knee. Inhale, exhale 1. Inhale, exhale 2. Inhale, exhale 3. Inhale, exhale 4. Inhale, exhale 5. Inhale, come back to the center. Exhale, counter twist. Inhale, frame hands in front. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, bring the left foot in between the hands into a lunge. Exhale, extend the left leg and bring the right foot closer. Inhale, lift the body to a flat back, and exhale, extend forward. Inhale, exhale 1. Inhale, exhale 2. Inhale, exhale 3. Inhale, exhale 4. Inhale, exhale 5. Inhale, bring the right hand in front of the left foot. Exhale, lift the left arm up and twist. Inhale, exhale 1. Inhale, exhale 2. Inhale, exhale 3. Inhale, exhale 4. Inhale, exhale 5. Inhale, bend the front knee. Exhale, bring the right knee to the ground and lift the arms up. Inhale, exhale, bring the hands in the prayer and bring the right elbow outside of the left foot. Exhale and lift the right leg if stable. Inhale, exhale 1. Inhale, exhale 2. Inhale, exhale 3. Inhale, exhale 4. Inhale, exhale 5. Inhale, come back to the center. Exhale, bring the right knee outside of the left foot and sit like a curtsy with the 2 sit bones on the floor. Inhale, lift the right arm up and twist to the left. Inhale, exhale 1. Inhale, exhale 2. Inhale, exhale 3. Inhale, exhale 4. Inhale, exhale 5. Inhale, come back to the center. Exhale, counter twist. Inhale, bring the hands in front. And exhale, downward facing dog.
Good. On the inhale, come forward to a plank. Bring the big toes and heels to touch. Exhale onto the right hand, the outside of the right foot. Lift the left arm up, a little side plank action. Inhale. Exhale 1. Inhale. Exhale 2. Inhale. Exhale 3. Inhale, come forward to a plank. And exhale onto the left hand, the outside of the left foot. Raise right arm up. Side plank on the left. Inhale. Exhale 1. Good. Inhale. Exhale 2. Inhale. Exhale 3. Inhale, gently come to a plank. Exhale the knees, the chest, the chin to the earth. Inhale, slide forward, Bhujangasana. Exhale, tuck the toes under, push the seat back to the heels, and lift the knees up, downward facing dog. Now I'm going to show you that little trick I was talking about in sciatica. On your inhale, lift the left leg up into a down dog split. Now exhale, bring the left knee into the chest, move the left knee a little bit to the right, lay your left shin down, send your right leg straight back, setting up for a pigeon. Here again, now if you need to, put a little padding underneath your left hip. That's perfectly fine. A little blanket, block, whatever you need. You just don't want to like drop over into that left hip. That left piriformis is a little tight. Maria, be careful with that knee doing all that with what you're doing over there. All right, that's that bad knee that I did in that lotus, I know. All right, now first, here's the trick. When you're dealing with sciatica, even in a forward fold pigeon, you want to take a moment and pull. I'm on the opposite side. I'm sorry, you're on the left. Pull your left hip back, your right hip forward. Then start to fold forward. And as you fold forward, push the floor away with your left hand and kind of pull with your right. Because if you just kind of relax your upper body, I mean, you get a little bit of a stretch, but you don't really get into those muscles in the back. But if the hands are a little active and my left palm is pushing the floor away from me and my right hand is pulling the earth toward me, I drive the hips. So the hips are like an axle. Inhale. Exhale 1. Inhale. Exhale 2. Inhale. Exhale 3. Inhale. Exhale 4. Inhale. Exhale 5. Now, inhale, just lift the head and chest halfway. Now, this is what I like to do if I got a little sciatica. I'll walk both hands over to the left. Now, what I want to do is I want to think of that same thing if my hands are the active part of this. I'm going to push into the floor with my left hand, and I'm going to lift the shoulders away from the floor and pull down with the right hip. So I'm deepening that twist into the left hip. Now, sometimes you'll hear the lower back pop. And when that happens, that's when you will release that sciatica. Inhale. Exhale 1. Inhale. Exhale 2. Inhale. Exhale 3. Inhale. Exhale 4. Inhale. Exhale 5. Now just come back and fold. One breath. Just release it. Yeah. You sneezing? 2. It's our allergy seasons. Then lift the head and chest. Now here, just swing your right leg in front of you and place your right ankle on your left knee. And so ankle to knee is really good for that sciatica too. But if the sciatica is getting you because you've been on the plane and it's all forward, or you've been sitting and it's all forward folds, you've been in a forward fold. If you're sitting, you've been in a forward fold, right? So forward fold may not help much here, but it does feel good is to sit. What I like to do is that if it's sciatica, I take my hands behind me and I push into the floor and kind of drive the right knee down. And actually I feel, so wait, this let her, because we're not going to fold. So take that out. Yeah. So you're getting ahead of me. So take the hands behind you and then energetically drive that right knee down without folding forward. Use it by setting up. And just breathe. Inhale. Exhale 1. Inhale. Exhale 2. Inhale. Exhale 3. Inhale. Exhale 4. Inhale. Exhale 5. And then just relax. Now, when you relax, it feels better all of a sudden, right? And then just go back to a down dog. This is my little secret, right? So actually with sciatica, I don't fold forward in ankle to knee. I set up. I try to move the hip flexor down. Yeah. Then lift the right leg up into a down dog split. Bring the right knee into the chest. Lay the right shin down. Send the left leg back. Now, also, I have to tell you, like sometimes, like we're doing this as a floor-based asana, but sometimes I'll do it on the bed where my back leg is my foot is on the floor and my knee is on the bed. And then that way, when I do that, I really can get deep into it, okay? So here again, just take a moment, pull with your right hand, push the floor, pull this hip back. This hip will move forward, then fold, but don't lose that kind of pushing with the right hand and pulling with the left hand, driving your left hip down so that you feel the twist that's happening. If you just kind of relax into it like it's passive, nothing happens. Inhale. Exhale 1. Inhale. Exhale 2. Inhale. Exhale 3. Inhale. Exhale 4. Inhale. Exhale 5. And then just lift the head and chest. Walk your hands over to the right. Now, instead of coming down and doing all this, I like doing that, but for sciatica, I'm going to put the hands down. I'm going to push with the right hand. I'm going to pull with the left hand. So that energetic pull drives this left hip down. And then I want to twist and see if I can't pop the lower back. Inhale. Exhale 1. Inhale. Exhale 2. Inhale. Exhale 3. Inhale. Exhale 4. Inhale. Exhale 5. Good. Then come back. And now relax for a second. You just relax into a pigeon. Good. Then lift up, swing the left leg around, left ankle on top of your right knee. And here again, if it's sciatica is involved, usually it's forward folds that have triggered it. So I'm not going to fold forward. I'm going to put my hands behind me. I'm going to push into the floor. I'm going to lift my chest and drive this left knee down using the hip flexor only. You may even feel that you may get further than folding by, kind of like, because all of a sudden the spine and the cranial over the sacral is really changing the back of that hip. Exhale 1, inhale. Exhale 2, inhale. Exhale 3, inhale. Exhale 4, inhale. Exhale 5, then just relax. And then just swing the left leg around, step back to a downward dog. So that's my little trick for sciatica. If kind of figure out what the chiropractor does. What you want to do is figure out what the chiropractor does, and then figure out how you can do the same thing without having the chiropractor. I go to a chiropractor once a week because it takes him 5 minutes to do what it takes me an hour to do. But still, there's those days where I can't get to him, so you should kind of know what to do. On the inhale, come forward to a plank. And exhale the knees, the chest, the chin to the floor. Then now slide forward, cobra. Stay in cobra. Lift the hands off the floor. Exhale 1. Inhale, good. Exhale 2. Inhale. Exhale 3. Inhale. Exhale 4. Inhale. Exhale 5 and relax. So the other thing that, check when you talk about lower back pain or any kind of sciatica and something running down your hip and leg, a lot of times, like what we don't think is it could be being caused because of the front, because there's different reasons why sciatica could happen, right? There's spinal, there's muscular, but also there can be a pulling in the front. So I'll give you another trick too. Just lift your head and chest and like put your left forearm down, kind of prop yourself up. Then just bend your right knee and reach back with your right hand, grab your right foot. Now it's not a full frog. This isn't more of a frog, but it is opening up your quadricep. Now just push on the top of your right foot, kind of draw your right heel to the outside of your right hip and just hit into that, quad, because if that quad becomes tight, it's going to shorten and then it's going to pull on your lower back. So figure out ways to stretch the quad. We could do it standing up, but this is also laying down. It's a little easier. And then relax and switch. But notice I'm not doing like a full frog. It's not this whole like rotation of the shoulder. I'm really just focusing on the quadricep. And that could help any kind of lower back pain. Exhale 1. Inhale, good. Exhale 2. Inhale. Exhale 3. Inhale. Exhale 4. Inhale. Exhale 5, then release, come down, relax. And I think it's interesting because, here we are like dealing with the physical body. We're talking about like identification with the formless, and yet we're dealing with the physical body and still trying to remain detached from the idea that the body is always going to be the same and it's never going to hurt or it's never going to age or it's never going to do it. So that here again, it's that egoism that when you treat these things as sports, like I've always found that true. And like my father was a football player. They all get disappointed when they get old and they can't kick a football anymore because they've identified with their 20-year-old bodies. And, yoga is like going, no, your body's going to hurt. Let's figure out how to make it not hurt, but don't be attached to that fact that it's like either hurting or not hurting. Just know what to do. Bend both the knees, reach back, grab the ankles. A little different this time. Now kick the feet into the hands and lift up. Dhanurasana, seat of the bow. Exhale, 1. Inhale. Exhale, 2. Inhale. Exhale, 3. Good. Inhale. Exhale, 4. Inhale. Exhale, 5. Come down and relax. I'm going to throw a couple of other things in here too that I like to do when I have a little bit of funkiness in the hip. Vagrasana, tiger. I love this one. When I because a lot of times you can pop the lower back too in this one too. Bring the hands next to the chest, elbows toward the ceiling on the inhale, up dog. The next I'll go back down dog and come forward to a plank and just drop to the knees. So you're on hands and knees. Yep, like a reverse, like a table. Okay, tiger. Extend the left leg out behind you. Then bend your left knee and bring the sole of your left foot toward the sky like a tiger tail. Now don't externally rotate. Keep the hip down. Then reach back with your left hand and grab the outside of your, I'm sorry. So you got your left foot in the air, right? Right hand. Reach back with your right hand. Grab the outside of your left foot. Now, dorsiflex your left foot and then kick your left foot back into your hand and lift up and arch back. Now, sometimes that can help too. Exhale, 1, because there's a little bit of twist in the sacral. Exhale, 2. Inhale. Exhale, 3. Inhale. Exhale, 4. Inhale. Exhale, release your left foot, place your right hand down. Yep. Now try it on the other side. Extend your right leg back. And then bend your right knee with your right foot toward the ceiling. Then take your left hand, hold on to the outside of your right foot. You can, if you grab the inside, that's okay, but you don't get that little extra twist when you grab the outside. Then kick the right foot back into the hands and kind of lift up and arch back like a tiger. I always think it looks like a kitty cat peeing on something. Exhale, 1. And that's what my kitty cats do. Even though they're fixed, they like shake their tail when they're doing this. Exhale, 2. Inhale. Exhale, 3. Inhale. Exhale, 4. Inhale. Exhale, release the foot and come down. Yes. And then go back to a down dog. Yay. And then come forward to a plank and exhale onto the abdomen. And then roll over onto the back. And then start with a half bridge, but I want you to use a block underneath the sacrum. And you can set the block on the middle setting or the highest setting. You don't want it not the lowest setting. You want a little more height. So just take a block, lift your hips, put the block underneath the sacrum. Yep. Now, here again, like I said, if the psoas is tightened up and it's pulling, and that's what's causing the problem too, because you're sitting in forward fold all the time, grab the yoga mat on the edge. Grab the edge of the yoga mat and and that's going to be your grounding and holding on. And then walk your feet together and then extend your legs toward the wall back there. Yeah. So you just relax and just lengthen through the pubic and the pelvis and the psoas. And I like to hold on to the mat only because it makes you feel more stable, but you don't have to. Exhale, 1. Inhale. Exhale, 2. Inhale. Exhale, 3. Inhale. Exhale, 4. Inhale. Exhale, 5. And then just walk the feet back. Push into the feet, lift the hips, take the block out from underneath and come down. So you'll find like a lot of times people who are in anterior pelvic tilts, they complain of lower back pain or sciatica too. So like changing the pelvic tilt a little bit always helps, working on that. A little upward bow, or you can do that half bridge again. Place the hands next to the head. On the inhale, lift all the way up. Exhale, 1. Inhale, good. Exhale, 2. Inhale. Exhale, 3. Inhale. Exhale, 4. Inhale. Exhale, 5. That looks good. Bring the chin to the chest, come down. Let's do that again. Place the hands next to the head. On the inhale, come back up. Exhale, 1. Inhale. Exhale, 2. Inhale. Exhale, 3. Good. Inhale. Exhale, 4. Inhale. Exhale, 5. Bring the chin to the chest and come down. One more time, place the hands next to the head. On the inhale, come back up. Exhale, 1. Inhale. Exhale, 2. Inhale. Exhale, 3. Inhale. Exhale, 4. Inhale. Exhale, 5. Bring the chin, chest, and come down. Yay! You can bring the knees into the chest, give the knees a little hug. Now, here's my last trick. Last trick. I've given you 4. Like the pigeon twist, the ankle to knee, but don't fold forward. Then the other one was tiger. And the last one. Extend your left leg out onto the floor. Put your right foot on the top of your left thigh. Let your right knee come all the way over to the left, rotating on your left hip. Now, put your left hand on the outside of your right leg and get your knee down. Then bend your left knee and reach down with your right hand and grab the top of your left foot. And then twist. And as you twist, I'm going to come over and help you. There. So that looks good. All you want, though, is here to be here. Because now you have something to push against, and then you have something to pull against, and then you can really twist deep in there. Exhale, 1. Inhale. Exhale, 2. Inhale. Exhale, 3. Now listen. Inhale. Exhale, 4. Inhale. Exhale, 5. Keep a hold of your left foot. With your left hand, extend your right leg to the left and grab your right big toe. And then straighten your right leg out to the side. Over here. There it is. Oh, now if you push and you pull, you will get into that deep sciatica twist. Exhale, 1. Inhale. Exhale, 2. Inhale. Exhale, 3. Inhale. Exhale, 4. Inhale. Exhale, 5. Good. Release your left foot. Right? So you let go of your right hand. Then extend your left leg out. Bend your right knee back into your chest. Coming onto your back. Give your right knee a little hug. Yeah. And then extend your right leg out. Now try that on the left side. Bend your left knee. Put your left foot on your right thigh. Then let the left knee come all the way over to the right. And that foot's going to stay there. That's pushing, right? Take your right hand outside of the left thigh. Then bend the right knee, reach down with your left hand, grab the right big toe or the foot, right? And then you're going to kind of push and pull at the same time because your arms are going to activate that. Inhale. Exhale, 1. Inhale. Exhale, 2. Inhale. Exhale, 3. Inhale. Exhale, 4. Inhale. Exhale, 5. Now keep a hold of your right foot with your left hand, but extend your left leg out, and with your right hand, grab your left big toe. Yeah. And then straighten that leg out, and then go for that, like really twist it. Oh, there it is. Exhale, 1. Inhale. Exhale, 2. Inhale. Exhale, 3. Inhale. Exhale, 4. Inhale. Exhale, 5. Good. Then release the right foot, extend the right leg, bend the left knee and chest, give it a little hug. And then extend the left leg. So those are my tricks. That's all I have. The one on your back that you just did, if you also, when you extend the foot out, if you're close enough to a wall to plant the sole of your foot into the wall, that grounds you and you can get deeper into the twist. If you're alone, if you're by yourself and nobody can give you assist. All right. Yes, ma'am. So it always feels like to me, or in my body, that it's the opposite twist for the opposite hip. So if I twist left, it triggers the right on me. But it would be the right, because your left leg's, because it somehow pops the one behind it. Yeah. Yeah, that's that. Yeah. Yeah. So it's that. So start with the bent knee, and then extend. Give yourself 5 breaths, and then extend the foot. And like I said, if you get that foot, like how you're here, if you can get that sole of the foot against the wall and ground, see how you can get deeper, because you can push. That's the only other trick, that if you're against the wall and by yourself, ground down that foot and do that. All right, bend the knees into the chest, give the knees a little hug. And then bring the forehead toward the knees, rock forward, rock back, rock forward and back. Come to a seated position, spin yourself around, extend the legs out, dorsiflex the feet, lift the head and chest, and exhale, fold forward, a little Paschimottanasana. Inhale. Exhale, 1. Inhale. Exhale, 2. Inhale. Exhale, 3. Inhale. Exhale, 4. Inhale. Exhale, 5. Inhale. Exhale, 6. Inhale. Exhale, 7. Inhale. Exhale, 8. Inhale. Exhale, 9. Inhale. Exhale, 10. Inhale, lift the head and chest. A little incline plank. So point the toes toward the windows, hands behind you. You can also do tabletop if you want to. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, 1. Inhale. Exhale, 2. Inhale. Exhale, 3. Inhale. Exhale, 4. Inhale. Exhale, 5. Bring the chin and chest, come down. And let's now set up for a little legs up the wall or shoulder stand, your choice. Or you can even go to the wall and set up for legs up the wall and come into shoulder stand from legs up the wall if you want to do it that way. Those are options too. But it is, I think, this idea of like how we will project onto a person based upon their name. I find that fascinating. That we, if somebody has a certain name, you may expect something from them and they don't have that characteristic at all. And then it kind of goes into like why sometimes people will name their children certain things, hoping it brings those qualities or characteristics, which are like there's no guarantee. I will tell you, I went through a lot of bills dating. And at some point, I said, I will never date another Bill. And I don't know why, like that. Like I don't know why that is. Like after the fifth Bill, I was like, I'm never going to date some guy whose name is William who calls himself Bill, because like they were all disasters. And I blamed it on the name. I was like, it was because they there were Bills. No more Bills. I don't know, and I don't know what that was about. But yeah, we do stuff like that. If you're in shoulder stand, bring the toes overhead, let the toes touch the floor. You can clasp the hands together in a fist, extend the arms away from you, halasana, plow seat. Inhale. Exhale 1. Inhale. Exhale 2. Inhale. Exhale 3. Inhale. Exhale 4. Inhale. Exhale 5. Bend the knees, bring the knees alongside the ears. Exhale 1. Inhale. Exhale 2. You could always put blocks behind her. Exhale 3 and let her put her toes on the blocks. Exhale 4. Inhale. Exhale 5. Then place the hands on the floor. Slowly roll down, or a bolster. You could do a bolster too. Like that. So it's like and plow. So there's somewhere to get the toes to. Yeah. So the floor lifts up. Then turn the palms to face upward, pressing the elbows, puff the chest, come on to the top of the head. Matsyasana, seat of the fish. Inhale. Exhale 1. Inhale. Exhale 2. Inhale. Exhale 3. Inhale. Good. Exhale 4. Inhale. Exhale 5. Inhale. Exhale 6. Inhale. Exhale 7. Inhale. Exhale 8. Inhale. Exhale 9. Inhale. Exhale 10. Bring the chin to the chest and come down. And bend the knees into the chest. Give the knees a little hug. And then just roll over to one side. Come into a child seat. People were at the wall in different places. I didn't want to. I saw there was obstructions on the left and like on one side. I didn't want. I said like roll over. Sometimes I'll like say, kind of always to the left, and then save the right for coming out of shavasana. From child seat, listen. Hey, if you want to use the wall, I don't mind. Any props you want to use for headstand, be my guest. Interlace the hands together. Make a fist. Tuck the pinky finger inside the palm so you don't press into that pinky knuckle to pinky knuckle. Then just put the head on the floor behind the wrist crease. Tuck the toes under and lift the knees up. Walk the feet forward. Hips can come over shoulders. Stay there in a dolphin if you want to. Bring the knees into the chest. Heels toward the seat. Half headstand like a crow. Then lift the legs up, full headstand. So let's try it this way. Do it that way. Don't rest your head and So because then you kind of weaken your wrist. So as you come forward, give me this foot. There. Now give me the other foot. There we go. Good. Yes. Your right elbow is further away from your left. That's the first thing I see. And that could make you feel like you're twisting. So it looks better now. Does it feel less twisty? I think that elbow just going back a little bit throws the shoulder blade off a little. Last 10 breaths. Inhale. Exhale 10. Inhale. Exhale 9. Inhale. Exhale 8. Inhale. Exhale 7. Inhale. Exhale 6. Inhale. Exhale 5. Inhale. Exhale 4. Inhale. Exhale 3. Inhale. Exhale 2. Inhale. Exhale 1. Gently come down. And rest in a child's seat. And just breathe. Inhale. Exhale 1. Inhale. Exhale 2. Inhale. Exhale 3. Inhale. Exhale 4. Inhale. Exhale 5. Inhale. Exhale 6. Inhale. Exhale 7. Inhale. Exhale 8. Inhale. Exhale 9. Inhale. Exhale 10. You lift up. Let's make our way into Shavasana. If you're at the wall, you just want to move far enough away from the wall that your head is not at the wall, your feet are not at the wall. Come lay down on the back. If you want, anybody want their blanket? If you want a blanket, do you want your blanket? There's a blanket. A little blanket underneath the knees. I like that. A little blanket on top of you. Let the breath breathe the body. You don't have to breathe in any special way anymore. Let the pelvic floor become heavy by letting go of Mula Bandha. And just allow the weight of the body to be held up by the earth underneath you. Gently start to deepen the breath. And as you deepen the breath, make small movements with the fingers and the toes. Stretch the arms overhead. Stretch the arms and legs in opposite directions. Draw the knees into the chest. Give the knees a little hug. Slowly roll over to the right. And coming up to a seated position for a very brief meditation. Dhyana. So once you find a seat, commit, be still, close the eyes, and draw the senses inward. And allow yourself just to experience the vastness of the inner self. Inhale deeply. Exhale everything out. Inhale for the sound of Om. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Bringing the hands together in undulating mudra, bowing the head slightly, giving thanks and praise for the teachers and teachings of yoga from the past, the present, and still teachers and teachings yet to be revealed. Om Bolo Sadguru Bhagavan Ki Jai. Thank you, everybody, so much. Thank you, Veronique. Don't forget that tomorrow there is a special event called a Soil to Soul Connective Dining Experience. It's from 5:30 to 7. You can still make reservations. It will be on starting to integrate, kind of gut intelligence to brain intelligence and kind of becoming more mindful and aware of how you it's not so much like what you're eating, but how you are consuming it and going from this kind of a mechanically eating to being more mindful, like treating food as if I think it's going to be good. Manjia is going to be the chef. I know her. She's the chef over at Scandi School. and then Tara is going to be conducting it. And she's been a student. She comes and goes. She's got a little girl, and so sometimes she goes away because she's a single mom. But I think it should be good. So sign up for that. Tap into the highway of information between soil, food, and gut. That's interesting.